Morning, everybody.
Violet is torn by guilt, fear, and longing as she faces losing everything again. Island of Sweet Pies and Soldiers by Sarah Ackerman will air on the Book Hour beginning January 31st and ending February 19th.
Broadcasting live from non-federal credit union studios at 14 Church Green, we are AM 1530, WVVF, Middleboro, Taunton, and W259DD, Middleboro Center, 99.7 FM, Hometown Talk Radio.
Much room here. Alright. Right there.
USA Radio News with Chris Barnes. With Iowa's first in the nation caucuses set for tomorrow, the Democratic presidential hopefuls have spread out across Iowa this weekend. Among them, former Vice President Joe Biden.
Some of my colleagues in this race think it's naive of me to think we can bring the country together. I refuse to accept the notion that it's a forever war between Democrats and Republicans.
At one of his campaign stops yesterday, candidate Pete Buttigieg was taking issue with something that Biden's been saying.
The vice president is saying this is no time to take a risk on someone new. But I would argue this is no time to take the risk of falling back on the familiar when we're facing a fundamentally new kind of opposition.
For the first time, coronavirus has claimed a life outside of China, where it originated. The victim, said to be a man in his 40s who died in the Philippines. Over 300 people have died of it in China. And this is USA Radio News.
Hi, this is Wayne Allen Root. The healthcare open enrollment period has ended. Did you miss it? Don't go a whole year without having a healthcare program. Sign up now with Liberty Health Share. As a Christian healthcare sharing ministry, they're not insurance. That means you can sign up at any time of the year. Liberty Health Share is no network. You're free to pick your own doctors, hospitals, providers, and there are no contracts. Starting as low as $199 per month, Liberty Health Share has memberships for singles, couples, and families of any size. I joined. I'm a member. My 4 children are members. Liberty Health Share saves me $18,000 each year compared to what I was paying for health insurance. Liberty Health Share is a nonprofit ministry. Your money goes towards helping other members with their eligible medical expenses. And in your time of need, other members are there for you. You can feel good knowing you're part of the community of like-minded individuals who understand the importance of people coming together to bear one another's burdens. For more information, call 855-58-LIBERTY, 855-58-LIBERTY, or go to libertyhealthshare.org/Wayne Root. That's libertyhealthshare.org/Wayne Root.
Back to Iowa, where the final Des Moines Register CNN Mediacom poll before tomorrow's caucuses there is being pulled after a respondent raised an issue with how it was being administered. They claim one of the candidates may have been omitted from a list of choices when the person was told to name their preferred candidate. According to the Des Moines Register, the problem, in its words, appears to have been isolated to one surveyor, but because they cannot confirm that, they're not releasing the poll's results. The stage is set for this evening's Super Bowl 54, and that includes a massive amount of security in and around Miami's Hard Rock Stadium. The director of NFL events and head of the Super Bowl experience says it's an all-hands-on-deck event with local police, the FBI, Secret Service, and counterterrorism officials all involved. Game time 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time as the San Francisco 49ers will meet the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is USA Radio News.
Friends and family, did you have a great night's sleep last night? I did. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I work better than I ever have. And you know what? You can have that health. You can have that good night's sleep if you order a MyPillow. Try it. Mike Lindell guarantees it. He's got a 60-day money-back guarantee on the MyPillow and a 10-year warranty. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, use my promo code USA or call 1-800-951-8175.
Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas says he has cut ties once and for all with the United States as well as Israel as Arabs reject the Trump administration's Middle East peace plan. USA Radio's Wendy King has details.
The administration's plan sets aside sections of land for a Palestinian state, but current illegal settlements in the occupied Palestinian territories would then be annexed to the state of Israel. The plan, which calls for a demilitarized Palestinian state, was developed through U.S.-Israeli negotiation without any input from the Palestinians. Abbas announced he would cut ties at an emergency meeting of Arab League foreign ministers in Cairo after he and the leaders of Iran and Turkey rejected the plan and said it was one-sided.
The co-founder of the British band Gang of Four is dead. A statement from the band saying guitarist Andy Gill died yesterday at the age of 64 after a brief respiratory illness. The band was formed by Gill and lead singer John King in 1976. A final album is still set to be in the works. The Empire State Building making its pick for Super Bowl 54. The building is lit up in red and gold, the team colors of the San Francisco 49ers. And in a little while, Punxsutawney Phil will make his annual appearance in western Pennsylvania. He's expected out of his burrow just before 7:30 Eastern. And for USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Middleboro in Review for February the 2nd, 2020. We are here at our new studios at 14 Church Green in Taunton, the Taunton Federal Credit Union Studios. It's the first show of the month and also the first show from the new studios. So we have a lot to talk about today, but first, before we get to that, let's talk about the weather. In Taunton, it is cloudy right now and 33 degrees. Kind of a cloudy day out there today. Dark heading in from Middleboro today. But I think today is going to be a good day. I don't see any rain in the forecast, and hopefully it stays that way for today. And next couple of days here, when it comes to the weather, is a kind of interesting mix of weather. Today, 42 degrees and sunny. Monday, 49 and sunny. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we have a chance of rain all on those days. So the start of the week, it's starting off very well, but it'll end kind of rainy and cloudy. Hopefully it changes over the next couple of days, but that's what we have for the weather right now. So, we have a lot to talk about today. Today is Super Bowl Sunday here. Super Bowl 54. The San Francisco 49ers will take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And that will take place at 6:30. Going to be an interesting game. Both teams, I think, are equally matched. Two great quarterbacks. Two great offenses. Defenses are really good as well. And I think it's going to be a great game. Can't really predict the final score. I just know it's going to be a good game, and it's probably going to be within a touchdown, I would have to guess. The two teams are really good. Two teams are definitely deserving of being in Super Bowl 54. And of course, Super Bowl 54 is taking place in Miami. So, 6:30 p.m. That is must watch football. So, yeah. And we also have the XFL taking place next week on Saturday. It will be taking place. Saturday, February 8th, the first games on the Saturday and the Sunday of next week. And the games will be Seattle at DC, LA at Houston, Tampa Bay at New York, and St. Louis at Dallas. So that's the first week of the XFL. Of course, this is the XFL 2.0. This was a league back in 2001. It only lasted a year, I believe, before folding. So this is the XFL 2.0. Of course, owned by Vince McMahon, the commissioner, Oliver Luck. I think this time around, I think the XFL is in good hands, and I think it will do very, very well. I think the interest is higher than what it was in 2001. So I think the XFL will do very, very good this time around. We'll have to see what the attendance is for these first 4 games here in week 1. Of course, there will be 10 weeks in the regular season of the XFL, plus a playoff, 2 playoff games, and then there will be a championship game. The championship game will take place on April 26th. So that will be interesting to see who makes it to the championship game in the XFL. So that's what's going on with the XFL and the NFL and the interesting sports going on nationally. Today we're going to talk about Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant passed away last Sunday at the age of 41. He was killed in a helicopter crash. We're also going to talk about the Middleboro High School construction. I'm going to give an update on that as well. So we have several different things to talk about today. We'll also talk about some events that are going on in Middleboro as well. So, 7:14 a.m. here at 14 Church Green, Taunton, Massachusetts. You're listening to Middleboro in Review, 99.7 FM, 1530 1530 AM and 99.7 FM is where you can find us. Also, you can listen to WVBF on Audio Now. That number is 605-562-7958. And also, if you want to call in to the show, the temporary number that we have here is 508-386-9893. And that is if you want to call into the show. So we're going to take a break here, and we will be right back here on Middleboro in Review.
Hi, this is Jim Larkin. Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock here on WBBF, The Sounds of the Emerald Isle. We'll have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and contemporary, and sometimes some live singers in the studio. And to make you laugh, some Irish comedy. That's Sundays from noon to 2 right here on WBBF, 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a non-profit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You can reach them at 508-583-1495. They're open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Alright. 197.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. With honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be shared with friends or family. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
TJ Driscoll Construction is based in Wareham, Massachusetts, serving the South Shore area and Cape Cod for 30 years. They specialize in septic repair and landscaping. Call TJ Driscoll Construction at 508-735-7966. Septic repair, new septic systems, retaining walls, foundations, and excavation, lawn installations, tree and shrub installations. TJ Driscoll Construction. Again, the number is 508-735-7966. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. Driscoll Oval Services is a company to call to get any cleanup you may need to do around your house done any time of the year. You can call them at 508-725-2334. They remove construction debris, metals, railroad ties, tires, appliances, paints, and much, much more, like concrete, brick, asphalt, yard removal, brush, logs, and leaves. Also, basements, attics, garages, houses, and property in general. Again, the number is 508-725-2334. Call them today. You will not be disappointed in DK Driscoll Global Services.
And welcome back to Middleboro in Review here for February 2nd, 2020. A little programming note later on today at noontime. Tune into the Sounds of the Emerald Isle. Today is Jim Larkin's 38th anniversary show of the Sounds of the Emerald Isle. 38th year show today for Jim Larkin's Sounds of the Emerald Isle. Tune in here at 15:30 a.m., 99.7 FM. That is at noontime today. And let's talk a little bit about some events that are going on in Middleboro. Tomorrow is an event at the public library called Whaling and Whaling History. Whales and Whaling History. And that will be tomorrow at the public library at 3:30. Definitely going to be a good event to go to check out. Definitely go there if you are interested and want to check out the event. There's a lot of great events that happen at the library. I've been to a couple great events there, and a lot of great people who come in and speak about different things. And tomorrow is another great event at the public library in Middleboro. So we have the new high school that is going to be finished within the next year. I believe it's coming up after the December break next year, and it will be opening in 2021. Right around January of 2021, right after the December break. Little update. I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything about that changing. So it will still be January 2021 where it will open. If you want to check out how the progress is going on the new high school, check out on YouTube Middleboro Educational Television. They have a series about the construction of the new high school, and it's very interesting to look at. Definitely check it out. It's again on YouTube, Middleboro Educational Television, and you'll find the videos about the Middleboro High School construction if you want to check that out. So, of course, coming up tonight is the Super Bowl. There is several different games coming up for the Bruins, the Celtics, and even the Red Sox. Their season is coming up rather quickly here. I believe at the end of the month will be the start of spring training. If you have some thoughts about the Red Sox or the Patriots or anything that we've talked about so far, The number to call us is 508-386-9893. So back to the Red Sox. They are without a manager as of right now. They do not have a manager. It's still looking like it's going to be a difficult managerial search for them. They will not be, most likely they will not be hiring Jason Varitek. I believe it came out last week that Jason Varitek is not interested in the role at this point. Of course, things could have changed between then and now, but I do not believe he is in the conversation anymore to become manager of the Boston Red Sox. So I'm not sure who that leaves to become a manager. I'm sure they're going to do some interviews. I know they have done some interviews with at least one person. And that'll be interesting to watch who they interview next and who they hire to become the new manager of the Boston Red Sox. Of course, the former manager, Alex Cora, was let go. He agreed to part ways with the Red Sox after the cheating scandal came out with the Houston Astros, when he was with the Houston Astros. And also there's a separate scandal. There's also a separate cheating scandal with the Red Sox going on right now. I don't know what the findings of that have been. I don't know if there have been any findings yet on that. But that's not good for the game of baseball that we have these particular cheating scandals going on now. We'll see how it ends up with the Red Sox and the Astros. So let's switch gears. Last Sunday, Kobe Bryant was killed in a helicopter crash. He was a former player for the Los Angeles Lakers. He played his entire career for the Los Angeles Lakers. 20 years. He retired in 2016. Outside of basketball, he did a lot of things. He won a Grammy for an animated short that he did, that he worked on. He won a Grammy for that, and he did other great things outside of basketball and even inside of basketball as well to further the game of basketball. He did a lot to further the game of basketball. Him and his daughter, Gianna, were on their way to a basketball game that he was going to coach. He was coaching, and their plane went down, killing everybody on board. Kobe Bryant and his daughter. And the news over the past week, several different athletes came out and talked about Kobe, gave their tribute to Kobe, talked about Kobe. LeBron James on Friday before the Lakers took on I believe it was the Clippers. Before they had the game, he made a speech about Kobe Bryant. And I believe the Lakers wore Kobe Bryant's jersey numbers. I'm not 100% sure about that. I'll look into that. I think that was the case. And there's just been a lot of touching tributes to Kobe Bryant over the past week. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Kobe today. So it's 7:30 a.m. here on Middleboro in Review. We're going to switch gears to talk about the Bat Bus again. A couple weeks ago, I mentioned that they were going to roll out a new way to pay the fare, to pay the bus fare when you're taking the Bat Bus, and that you were going to be able to pay with your phone. And that will be taking place at some point during the springtime. They haven't given an actual date on when that's going to be rolled out and implemented. We'll try to get that information to everybody, but I know that's coming within the next couple of months here. Of course, that's going to be a very good thing, and it's going to make things a little bit easier for some people, for sure. I think that's something that is a good thing here for the Bat Bus, the Bat Bus in Brockton, the Bat Bus Company in Brockton to do. I think that's really a good thing for them to be doing now and during the spring, to roll it out in the spring. That's when a lot of people take the bus year round, and I think it becomes a little bit more busy during the spring and summer months, and I think that's the perfect time to roll it out and everything else. So we're gonna take another quick break, and we will be right back here on Middleboro in Review. We have a lot still to talk about here on the second day of February. We're entering a new month, and when we get back, we're going to talk about Groundhog Day, because Groundhog Day is today. We'll be right back. One, 5, 2, boom.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a non-profit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You can reach them at 508-583-1495. They're open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495. TJ Driscoll Construction is based in Wareham, Massachusetts, serving the South Shore area and Cape Cod for 30 years. They specialize in septic repair and landscaping. Call TJ Driscoll Construction at 508-735-7966. Septic repair, new septic systems, retaining walls, foundations, and excavation. Lawn installations, tree and shrub installations. TJ Driscoll Construction.
I'm bumming today.
Again,
What?
The number is
So I didn't have you for the first half of the show.
Well,
bumming.
7966. Call them
Well, maybe you woke me up at a half a decent hour. I would have had it. What smells?
I don't know.
You?
No. I don't know what that is. I smell it too. I don't know what it is. Alright.
Everything wet?
No, it's fine.
Okay, want coffee?
No, good.
Yeah, no, what?
Put it there. Put it there. Put it there.
Blue mic or green mic? That's blue, right?
Green mic, please. Alright. We're talking about Groundhog Day. Because it's Groundhog Day. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Alright, welcome back to Middleboro in Review here for February the 2nd. And we are joined by Don.
Hey, Joe.
So what do you think about Groundhog Day?
Hey, Joe, where you going? Where you going?
What,
hey, Joe.
What do you think about Groundhog Day?
Groundhog Day is a lot of fun, I think, for people. There's a lot of people out there who hope Phil says that we're not going to have 8 more weeks in winter or 6 more?
6 more weeks.
Well, we haven't had any in winter, so he's
Yeah.
irrelevant over here in this part of the country.
We're gonna be looking up what he says, and we're gonna break that news on the air.
At 7:30?
7:30. Yes, that's
boy,
when that's when they said that he was gonna come out.
Really?
So yeah, we're gonna do that.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yes, and
breaking news here at WVBF.
breaking news. We're gonna have breaking news here in a few minutes.
So Joey, how do you like this new studio? This studio is like nice, huh?
Studio is beautiful.
Now this is the 24th century WVBF studio, right?
Even better than that, 25th.
This place is nice.
Yes, it's very nice.
It's really nice. I mean, I'm not saying the other place. I like the other place too. The other place was homey, and it was home.
Yeah.
And it was the studio for VBF for such a long time. And you were the last one to sign off at the old VBS studio a week ago, right? When you signed off on the Jeff Santos show for the last time.
Yes.
What did you say? I think Mark told me what you said. What was the exact words? Can you remember? Can you remember that far back, Joe? Come on.
Well, I didn't say it on the air, obviously.
No.
I said it to Mark. I said, signing off for the last time at 123 Broadway.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the end of an era, right?
End of an era, yes.
That was a great place.
It was.
It was home.
Yes.
And it was getting used to this place, and plenty of parking. Wow.
Yeah.
So
plenty of parking.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
It is a nice
so,
place. Oh, okay. Are we
give you a little recap.
We talking about something else?
Give you a little recap of what we've been talking about.
I've listened on the radio.
I know, but I just want to give a recap. Just because.
I was listening.
Just because I feel like giving a recap. So what were we talking about so far today?
You gonna say it over again?
No, I'm gonna just give a short recap.
Yawn.
So we'll be talking about the Red Sox managerial search.
I heard about him.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's interesting.
They still don't have a manager, huh?
They don't have a manager.
And they're not using what's his name? Who?
Veritek.
Why not?
Apparently he he had said that he is not interested at this moment being manager. I had read that from a couple different sources that he was not interested at this time. Doesn't mean he won't be interested in the future.
What, in 2 weeks from now?
Well, yeah, 2 weeks from now.
Sounds
Like I said a few minutes
that
ago.
sounds like to me? Money.
Yeah.
They're talking about money, and he didn't get an offer that blew him away.
Like I said a few minutes ago, things could change. So, yeah. So we also talked about the Middleboro High School, the new construction, the new school coming up. It's supposed to open January 2021. Again, if you want to check out some updates on the Middleboro High School, go to YouTube, type in Middleboro Educational Television, and they have an entire series highlighting the construction of the new high school. So that will pretty much bring you up to speed on things when it comes to the new high school, which is going to be opening probably around the 3rd or 4th, somewhere around there in January. So, Don.
Yeah?
How was your week on the oil this week?
Not as busy as we'd like to be. It's been warm. So we're doing the minimum. Just going through the motions, really. It's kind of nice not dealing with ice and snow on the driving part, but
yes,
a little cold would help.
I still see snow. I still see pockets of snow.
Yeah, but I mean, we have
in the parking lots of supermarkets.
Yeah, that's the parking lots of supermarkets.
Yeah,
you know?
I still see pockets of snow.
Sometimes you see those on a regular winter up to May.
Yes.
In the back.
Yes.
It could be a beautiful May day. It could be mid-May. You go around the back of a huge supermarket, and there's the snow from, say, a March storm or something.
Or if you go to some of the other places, some of the other places, like where they store the sand and the salt, you'll still see it.
Well, there's not much salt or sand sales either because
No.
it hasn't been too icy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But we still got the month of February. We still got the month of March. Yesterday morning, it was some little ice. Was there a little ice on the road coming in here yesterday morning?
No.
Well, I heard there was. There was some ice.
Not really.
It was just.
It was fine going in.
Well, you take the main road.
Yeah, it was fine going in.
You take 105 and you take 44 straight to this particular location.
Yeah, the only street I take that it's not, a main street is Precinct Street.
Okay.
But I think that's pretty good too. I think that's.
You took Precinct Street yesterday?
Yes, I took Precinct Street today.
Why?
It's pretty good.
Why?
Because it's pretty good. That's the way I take it.
It's just pretty good?
It's the way I take to go to the station.
Okay.
So I bypass all the stuff.
Well, they paved that in the last 5 years. That's
yes.
Beautiful. Anybody who's been on Precinct Street and lives in Middleboro or knows Precinct Street, I think you remember how bad it was.
It was pretty bad.
They paved it, and it's like a super highway now. It's beautiful. And that's
I wouldn't say super highway, but
it's paved.
It's paved.
It's paved as a super
It's paved. It's paved. It is a good road.
It's a good. Well, they totally rebuilt it.
Yeah.
They just didn't pave over it. They totally rebuilt it.
Yeah.
So that road's and it's really a pretty part of Middleboro to go down. So
there's some roads that down in that area that still need to be paved, for sure. River Street, I think, is one that comes to mind.
River Street's tough shape.
Yeah, River Street's one that comes to mind.
Yep.
And there's some others that come to mind as well in that area that need to be paved badly.
Badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, what do you... So, you don't watch football that often, okay? You don't watch football that often. You're not a huge sports fan.
I'm not like you. And now that the Patriots aren't in the Super Bowl, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
I might not even watch the Super Bowl tonight,
yeah.
to be honest with you.
I'm gonna.
I know you are.
I'm gonna.
I remember last year. Wasn't it last year when they won? I was sleeping and you came woke me up. He told me that it was a...
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it was one of the years. So, what is your pick? 49ers or Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Chiefs, okay. I picked the 49ers.
A lot of people do. A lot of people think that the 49ers, it's a shoo-in for the 49ers.
It's not. It's not.
I talked to people from work, and everyone's got their... See, I have no philosophy because I don't really look at it too much. I don't study it like most people do. So I'm just going to pick my favorite.
So, this is not going to be a shoo-in for the 49ers. At all.
At all?
At all.
Okay.
It's not. It's going to be...
yeah?
7-point game.
Okay.
7-point game.
Yep.
And it's going to be a winning touchdown. Final seconds.
Come on, no.
That's just my prediction.
No.
The 49ers will win in the final seconds. Jimmy G will throw a game-winning touchdown.
This room doesn't have a clock in it, does it? Oh, you got the big clock in front of you. You got everything.
There's a clock in front of me, yes.
Oh, wow. Nice digital clock. Oh. There's a big executive boardroom in the other room with a big seat.
Yes, that's good. That is good. We have all of that so we can keep a close eye on the time. And speaking of time, we need to take one more commercial break. Just one more. Our third commercial break. And we will be right back here on Middleboro in Review. And also, before we go to break, we want to remind you, at noon today, Jim Larkin, Sounds of the Emerald Dial. Today is Jim Larkin's 38th anniversary show of Sounds of the Emerald Dial.
Is it? It's the 38th anniversary?
38th anniversary show.
Wow. My uncle, I remember when I was growing up, and I told this to Jim so many times, and it's always, I keep telling him. You know what I mean? I think he likes the story because I can't stop telling him. But when I used to spend time with my Uncle Jim, Mount Grace down in Stoughton, I used to spend a lot of time with him. And this was, I don't know, when I was, I think when he first started his show or whatever. But I remember spending time with him, and he'd listen to this Irish, it was always Jim Lockett. It was always, and I was talking to my cousin Elizabeth and everybody, and he says, oh yeah, he's been listening to Jim, forever, since he started. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he's part of my family, in a way. And he knows my aunt and stuff like that. And it's such a wonderful show that he does, and everyone really seems to like it. And congratulations on Jim for 38 years. That's dedication, don't you think?
It is. It is. So, we'll be right back here on Middleboro in Review on 99.7 FM, 1530 AM. We're also back on TuneIn. The TuneIn was down for a little bit, but the online stream, it's back. So visit hometowntalkradio.com, or you can type in on TuneIn, Hometown Talk Radio. We'll be right back.
We all want
Perfect.
kids to grow up safe and healthy.
Hey,
we show them how.
you gotta refrain from the honest
Conversations.
Yeah, I know.
What we expect.
Joey, it just sounds so unprofessional. Mom's not a word. It has no. I had one in there. But
They should never be
you
shared.
are we nervous?
Talking with your kids.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Because I'm not here?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Joey, this is gonna be a day I'm not gonna be there.
I know.
Did you ever look up that information on the shuttles and stuff?
We don't have time to talk about the shuttles. We don't have time.
You never looked into it?
I did. I did. I have all the information all set.
Yeah, we have time. What time is it?
No, I don't want to talk about it
I
today.
do too. It's important to talk about that.
I don't want to.
Because you don't have the information. Just don't.
I don't have it on me. I have it at home. I don't have it on me. I don't want to talk about it today. We'll talk about it next week. I promise. I have it all set. I just don't have it with me.
Why'd you
Oh,
forget
wait a
it?
minute.
It's
What the hell?
important.
Hold on. 3, 2, 8. There we go.
What's made a mess today? How come?
Well, one, you were distracting me. What was I
I
gonna
thought
say
we were
now?
going to talk about that. I thought that was going to be the whole...
We'll talk. I promise we'll talk about it next week.
You can call us
It's not around the time.
508 725
Matter. Doesn't matter? No.
Construction debris, metals, railroad
We'll talk
ties,
about it.
I'm walking, I quit.
appliances, paints,
Can't work with you.
much more.
Time is it?
Like concrete, brick,
7:50.
asphalt.
We don't have time.
We can talk about that.
We don't have time.
Logs and leaves. Also basements, attics, garages, houses, and property in general.
During the 7:30 commercial break.
What's the deal with Phil?
Hold on. During the commercial break at 7:30, did I play Spark Street?
I don't know.
Alright, you know what? I'll play it again. It's fine. If it's a third time, that's fine too.
What's up with Phil?
I'm gonna check that out in just a second. I have it up.
Spark Street Auto Body located.
I have everything up with that.
You want my participation there? We need to work. We need to work on a show. I'm not interested in coming.
Yep.
All right, you stubbed me yesterday. You went to sleep and had nothing to do with me yesterday. You could have worked on the show
They're
yesterday.
open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on
Are
Fridays.
you on the air? Hey, everyone getting out dirty Monday?
No, of course.
508 583 1495.
Alright. The groundhog does not see his shadow, so we have early spring. Like that, not as good. 3, 2, 1. And welcome back to Middleboro in Review for February 2nd, 2020. So we have breaking news here on WVBF. The breaking news is Puxatawny Phil did not see his shadow, which means early spring. Or he did see his shadow, which means early spring. I don't know. But,
What? I don't know.
Hold on. Let me look at it again. Early spring. I don't... Hold on. Early spring. That's the breaking news.
Early spring.
I forgot how it goes. If he doesn't see his shadow...
Well, why don't you look it up?
I'm gonna look it up.
You know, you gotta get the information, all the information, before you tell the people.
I
Now
know.
you got everyone in suspense. I bet half the people know, and you don't. Figure that one out.
I know. Okay. He predicts an early spring. Okay.
Yep.
Which means he did not. Hold on 1 second. My computer being a little bit of a pain today.
You know, only if you looked at it and absorbed the information the first time, you wouldn't have to do it the second time.
I know.
Right?
Okay, news.
News.
The news is that I don't know why it's not working now.
I'm glad it is.
Yeah, I know. He did not see his shadow.
He did not
Okay.
see it. That's what
That's
you know
what
what
it was.
The rest of your life, you'll know that for now. You won't have to...
I'm bad when it comes to Groundhog Day because Groundhog Day for me, it's... Eh.
Yeah, but you're talking about your show. You
Yeah.
at least know how to...
Yeah,
Right.
so he did not see his shadow.
Okay,
So
we
early
got it.
spring.
Okay, so you'll never...
Kind
ever,
of.
You know, the rest of your life, you'll always remember that.
Yes.
When you don't see your shadow... When he doesn't see his shadow, early spring. When he sees his shadow...
When he sees his shadow,
6
it's
more weeks of winter.
winter.
You'll never have to go back to that computer again.
But just because he predicts an early spring doesn't mean
He's always wrong.
that we're gonna have an early spring, folks.
No, it doesn't.
So he did not see his shadow. We have an early spring, but that does not mean that we have an early spring.
You know what? That doesn't mean anything.
It really doesn't mean a thing, honestly. Groundhog Day, I don't know.
So the people are never gonna get that 15 minutes back, right?
I don't know. I don't know. Groundhog Day was just made to be something that people can go out and enjoy.
You know what?
And it's a good holiday. I'm gonna say that right now. It's a good holiday. I just don't get the
tradition.
groundhog.
It's just tradition. It's just when they started that was years and years ago, when people were like buried dealing with snow and just depressed about this time. I mean, we've had a real mild winter here. I mean, we really have. You know, we had that 70-degree day about 3 weeks ago, at the beginning of January. We've had warm days. It's been in the 40s and very little snow. I think we had one like little snowstorm, 2-inch snowstorm. Can't even call it a snowstorm. It was more cold at the beginning of December than it was at any time in January. So people like to have something like that to give them hope that maybe spring was coming. People look forward to it. To a rite of passage to springtime. It's Groundhog Day.
Yep.
Or you can rent the Bill Murray movie, Groundhog Day, which is a lot of fun too.
Not really. Not really, folks. But
Maybe not really.
I mean, it's an alright movie.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
I think the movie's awesome.
It's okay.
What about Bob? You ever see that movie too, by Bill Murray?
What?
What about Bob?
No, I haven't seen that one, actually.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
So, we're 5 minutes before the top of the hour. Of course, after the news, tune into the Bread of Life show.
When Pastor Van Cross was on, what was that? Was that back in November or October?
That was October.
October. He said it was 3 years at that point that the show was on. That's a long time. So he's going on October, almost 3.5. It'd be almost 3.5 years of having the 8 o'clock slot here at WVBF, and that was technically the first show you ever ran in the radio business. Is that show?
Yeah.
Back in July of 2017 was when you first day with Ed Rand was training you, and he was how many Sundays did he train you? Like 4 Sundays? That was it?
Yeah.
He cut you out loose. He cut you loose early.
Yes.
Because you got it.
Yeah.
Right. So.
All right, we have a couple of Today in Histories to talk about. So the Today in Histories that we have today is the first one we have is 1653. I almost said 1853. But that wouldn't be right. 1653. New Amsterdam, later renamed the City of New York, is founded. 1913. Grand Central Terminal is opened in New York City. 1943. World War II. The Battle of Stalingrad comes to an end when Soviet troops accept the surrender of the last German troops in the city. So those are our 3 Today in Histories for February 2nd. Any thoughts?
That Stalingrad battle, that was like one of the most bloodiest battles that the Soviets had to deal with. They lost so many people, and it was brutal. That was the beginning and the end for the Germans, because their supply lines were stretched thin, and that's what saved the Soviets. Just being such a vast country and the capital being so far away from the German lines that the logistics were impossible.
And it was winter.
Which
the Germans did not prepare for.
Well, I think what happened, and if Tony was sitting here, he'd know everything, okay? Because he's the World War II guy. And the Germans started the campaign, I think, late, like in September. And winter is in October around there.
Yes.
I mean, you go live in Siberia, it's snowing in August. It's not like around here.
Yeah.
Even if you drive 400 miles north of us in Maine, go up to Fort Kent, Maine, or you go up to the Adirondacks part of New York, or even northern Vermont, mostly Maine, Fort Kent, up that way, Madawaska. It's a whole different world up there. They probably got snow on the ground and everything. It's just 400 miles. It is a big difference, even here. So imagine Russia. So, I don't know.
All right, we have one birthday. On this day in 1947. On this day in 1947, Farrah Fawcett, American actress and producer. And we have one death to talk about today. In 2013, Chris Kyle, American soldier and sniper. Of course, American Sniper came out a couple years after his death. And that was a movie directed by Clint Eastwood, right? I believe so. I think he had something to do with the movie.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood did a lot of directing in this period of time. So it's unbelievable what that guy could do. The guy's he's pushing 90. I think he's gonna be 90 this year, actually.
And American Sniper was a very, very good film.
It was really.
It was very good. We lost Chris Kyle 7 years ago today. And that will do it for Middleboro in Review for February the 2nd, 2020. We'll be back next week, February the 9th, 2020, for another great show. We'll have some post-Super Bowl talk, we'll have some XFL talk, and we'll have some Middleboro talk as well. See you guys next week. All right.
They work on your arms, Joe. Terrible.
Yeah, not a good show.
Why? Because I wasn't there?
No, because of the yums.
You
All right,
realize
see you, everybody.